Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here today to the Echo Park 250 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. NASCAR Heat 5 action here tonight. No practice, no qualifying. We're going to hop right on into this one. Early season race for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Already race number 5 on the season. Dale Jr. coming into play. We've had 4 different winners in the first 4 races of the year. Coming off a rough finish at Phoenix for Dale Jr. Finished a few laps down in that one too, to be exact. And now we are going to try to go back to victory lane for the second time this season. Realistic broadcasts as usual with these full race live streams. We have them on the daily, as you guys know. So if you aren't subscribed already and you're just tuning in for the first time, hit that subscribe button. Help me out starting my broadcasting career. Hopefully to one day live the dream, broadcasting real NASCAR races. So thanks everybody for tuning in here tonight. We're going to hop right on into this one. Austin Cindric, Chase Briscoe will be making up the front row for today's race. Cindric on the pole. Justin Allgaier will be starting at the back. Had an engine change after qualifying. Riley Herbst failed optical scanning multiple times. He'll be starting at the back as well. As mentioned, Dale Jr. without qualifying starting at the back. So 3 drivers starting at the rear. 250 miles in tonight's race. The green flag will fly. 164 laps later, we'll find a winner of the race. Green flag is in the air. We're underway at Atlanta. 40 laps in the opening stage of the race here. Tire wear will become a major factor throughout the course of today's race. Junior on the outside of the racetrack right now, just trying to get his way through the traffic right out of the get-go. Oh, look at him take it 4 wide. This is going to get tight off of turn 4. Slight bit of contact with David Starr, and Starr's in the wall down the front stretch. That did not work at all. A little too aggressive on the opening lap of the race as Junior's trying to get through the field. They made it through there as Cindric will lead lap 1 up at the front. Junior's already just slicing and dicing through the pack. Teammate Justin Allgaier at the back, as well as even Riley Herbst. And the number 18 car might be trying to follow Junior through the field, but they were not going to follow him in there as they went 4 wide. Junior already up to 19th. Working the outside more often than not right now. Bottom has been the preferred line of the truck and the cup race. And we have won the truck and the cup race coming into this Xfinity race at Atlanta. So trying to sweep the weekend, something we have not done in any of these race weekends on this final season for NASCAR Heat 5. Or the Xfinity Series, the Truck Series, and the Cup Series. Cindric riding the top side near the wall. Junior pushing way too hard. He ends up in the wall. Cindric obviously didn't. He was running the outside to perfection up at the front of the field. Still ran a decent lap time despite getting in the wall there. Junior's definitely got to start keeping it clean. Chase Briscoe going for the lead on Austin Cindric now. Junior's definitely struggling down towards the bottom now. Ray Howard, welcome to the stream. Junior easing back into the gas. He's got his nephew, Jeffrey Earnhardt, right in front of him, though. Junior to the inside. Drives it in deep. Down to the outside all of a sudden of Joe Graf Jr. There wasn't a lot of space there. The top 10 cars are all in a giant pack up at the front of the field right now. Junior's up to 11th. He's going to try to join that as soon as he can. Side by side for the lead again. This time Cindric's on the bottom, trying to cross back over on Chase Briscoe, and he clears him off at turn 2. And now Briscoe trying to double cross him up to the inside of Cindric. Those two keep going back and forth here, and that is the main reason why all these cars behind them are able to keep up with them. Giving Junior more leeway coming from the back of the pack. Cindric able to hold on. He's still in the lead. Briscoe still right on his back bumper. They both went to the outside that time. Junior lifted. Had a big run to the back of Brandon Jones. Now to his inside for 10th. Huge, massive run. A lot of teammates for Dale Jr. right around him. Annette, Hemrick, Gregson, Jr. slides. Barely keeps it off the 8 car. Not a lot of room for error there, but they all managed to work their way through turns 3 and 4. How quickly Jr. has gotten through this field tonight. His only win of the year came at Las Vegas, another mile-and-a-half track, the only mile-and-a-half racetrack we've had so far on this Xfinity Series season. And he's really driving these corners in deep, going all the way to the inside, trying to beat the car on the outside, getting into the corner. He's got so much mid-corner speed, even if he lifts a little bit, he can still power his way around these guys. He's going for second all of a sudden on Chase Briscoe, and he's right behind the race leader, Austin Cindric. Junior looks like he might have the fastest car in the field early on. Cindric pulls high to block now. Doing what he can, 10 laps into the race. Now he leaves the bottom open. Junior has plenty of room to get around him, and Dale Jr. will take the lead off of turn 4. Junior Nation on their feet at Atlanta as he has taken the lead at lap 12. First lap led of the race for him. So it'll be interesting to see if we'll have pit stops in this opening stage. Again, 40 laps in stage 1, another 40 in stage 2, 84 in the final stage of the race. And only 4 fresh sets of tires, so Junior's going to do what he can to not pit here, if he can help it. But now that he's gotten to the lead and has come from the back of the pack, although he probably used up quite a bit of his tires getting to that point, we'll have to see how this is actually going to go. No lab traffic to deal with up to this point, but I'm sure it won't be long with the pace Dale Jr. setting early on. Caution free in the early going of stage 1 as well. We'll alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in the race today, starting at that start-finish line. And we'll go for the next handful of laps. To ride around this rough racetrack one more time for the final season of NASCAR Heat 5. Of course, we've already raced here for the Truck and Cup Series. Now in the Xfinity Series, the only trip to Atlanta Motor Speedway that the Cup Series made in 2020. So, or any series, I should say, made in 2020 at this racetrack. They will get 2 dates, at least for the Cup Series, starting next year in 2021. I was at Atlanta Motor Speedway back in 2019. It was a pretty fun time. And with the amenities that they are trying to add around the racetrack as well, I think it'll only help the general fan atmosphere. Of course, the Southern hospitality to go with it. With all the local fans that show up, it's a good time. I would definitely recommend it in the future. Ethan Trendler, welcome to the stream. Almost halfway through the first stage of the race. Junior's trying to see if he can hold full throttle and turn the steering wheel just a little bit less, but the bump's just throwing him around the racetrack too much, it looks like, and he's still having to lift when he does that. So although he's setting a quick pace to start the race, I just don't think he's going to make it all the way to the end of the stage with not having to pit. I mean, we're already past halfway through the tire run. We're not quite halfway through the first stage. Even if we might get a caution before the end of the opening stage of the race, I don't think 3 or 4 caution laps is going to be enough to help either. So the pit strategy might start here, at least for Dale Jr., and you could very well see right side tires only under the first pit stop of the race, if it does so happen under green at least. He's going to ride it out as long as he can up until that point. Cross flags here in stage 1, 20 laps down, another 20 to go. Howard and Dale Jr. about got together into turn 1 as Jr. was trying to get to the inside of the lap car. The number 15. Nearly made it through. He's trying to put as many guys a lap down as he can before the end of the stage as well. That'll only help him as the race carries forward. But definitely in the opening stage, Dale Jr. going to be the guy to beat. Looking to win the opening stage first, get that playoff point, and then go from there. Call 48, welcome to the stream. Tim Irvin, welcome to the stream. Justin Haley off to a rough start for Colleague Racing, currently running 25th. Haven't seen him run that bad, really anyone on that team run that bad. Still early, but definitely concerning going forward. It's not only he's a lap down already as well, but he's not even the first car lap down as Josh Williams just got passed by the race leader. Yep, Bowman gonna drive a 48 car. Hendrick Motorsports starting next year. I think I've said over the one of the times I mentioned for the next couple years he'll be in that car because of the sponsorship. To be exact, Ally sponsorship ends in 2023. For whatever reason, I was thinking it was 2022. So he will be in that 48 car for at least 3 years. Likely, at least in my opinion. Again, I don't know how long Bowman's contract is with Hendrick Motorsports, but if they've got the funding in the car and he, you know, just runs how he has the last couple years, he'll be plenty good enough to go. I mean, look, he's about to make it into the round of 8 this year. Had a win. Made it to the round of 12 last year with a win, so he's progressing. Even though he's had probably more of a quiet season this year than what he had last season, he's getting it done when the time matters and when it matters the most. So good for him. Joshua White, welcome to the stream. Slipped on some stuff last night. Oh, okay, gotcha. Now I was trying to read that. I was I read it wrong. You don't want to know how I thought you read it, or how I read it the first time, but I was trying to figure out what that first message was. Already in stage 1, which is only a 40-lap stage. Not even to the end of it either, might I add. There is only 17 cars on the lead lap. Nobody's hit pit road yet. And again, it will likely be right side tires only under the pit stop for Dale Jr. and his team. 12 to go. Well, win average per season since taking the 88 car. Full time, that is. Or no, yeah, it's not even that, because his first full-time season in the 88 was 2018. He didn't win a race. I believe he made it to the round of 12, if I'm not mistaken, in the playoffs. I know he made the playoffs, but I think he made it to the round of 12. He did not win a race that season. Dale Jr. going to stay out one more lap, hoping for the caution. He'll nurse it around if he has to through 3 and 4 to get to pit road cleanly. 10 laps to go, stage 1. 30 laps complete. And we know Junior's going to pick, but can everybody else actually make it on their fuel? Oh, well, fuel's not an issue. It's all dependent on tire wear. So if nobody else has to pit in the stage for tire wear, that is going to be huge. That might open the door for somebody else to win stage 1, despite Junior having the fastest car. And he's got to make sure he doesn't speed. That was close, but he did a great job getting to pit road nonetheless. 4 fresh tires. No fuel for the 8 team. Maybe a slight bit of damage repair. That is going to be it there. 5% more tape. Actually, no, he's going to take that off, so no tape. One win per season like her. Well, I don't know if he won in 2016. I mean, 1 win per season the last few seasons for Kurt Busch. Not like he's only won 1 win in his career every single year. He's won way more than that in his earlier seasons. Especially his 2004 season when he won the championship. I think he won like 3 or 4 races. So Junior falling back towards the tail end of the lead lap now. Allgaier off to a rough start, but he started at the back trying to make his way through the field. Not nearly as quick as, well, we obviously saw Dale Jr. work up there. So we'll see. Only 8 laps to go in the opening stage. Junior does have fresh right side tires, and he did have the fastest car on the track before. He had the fastest car on the track before the caution. So those right side tires only. Again, good enough to keep him on the lead lap. But not only that, still gives him 3.5 sets the rest of the race. So smart move. We'll make it to the end of the stage, no problem. Oh, that's interesting. Let me even check. Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about that, because Matt Tipt, he was only taking over for Matt Tipt for 1 year. I completely forgot about that. Remember, Matt Tipt had the ride, but he lost it. I think it had something to do, I believe he has diabetes, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that, but something took him out of the car this year. And that is why Nemechek ended up stepping in full-time this season. And he ran part-time the end of the year before because Tipt had to step out. But Tipt didn't get booted out. It was medical reasons that took him out for a season. So if Tipt comes back, yeah, I didn't even think about that. It leaves Nemechek out. Nobody's been talking about that at all. And I just now, it dawned on me when I saw your comment there. Called Black Ace, welcome to the stream. Cars are pitting currently. Some are coming out of the pits. Some are just now pitting, so this is going to be interesting. Will anybody try to stretch it to the end of stage 1 to steal the stage win away, perhaps from Dale Jr., who has dominated the opening stage of the race? The left front tire's getting pretty worn out on the 18. He's definitely going to take 4 tires under the pit stop at the stage break. 4 to go. We'll see. He's back in the top 10, so at least get some sort of stage points, but it's going to hurt if he doesn't get that playoff point because he has been running so well tonight. And he's got to push the limit here. Up to 9th. He'll pass Brandon Brown, getting the run off the outside there. Pit road closes with 2 laps to go, might I add. So these guys have to make their decision up very quickly. Caution would end the stage at this point as well. Still have cars exiting pit road. I want Noah Gregson. Yeah, he could go to the 32 car. I'm not sure if that would necessarily be an upgrade, but both Fords, I could see that. Two laps to go in the stage. Junior's about 17.5 seconds off the lead still. Had to pit for right sides only. That left front will make it to the end. Starting to question it there for a little bit, but now with less than 2 laps left, there's no reason why he shouldn't make it. And he should be able to get around Alfredo for 8th, but I don't think he's going to gain any more spots here. I think Jones is a little bit too far ahead in 7th. So Junior up to 8th. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go, stage 1 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. So Junior, fastest car in the field, led the most laps in stage 1, but he is not going to win it. Tire strategy comes into play. Some drivers made it, some drivers did not. Junior was one of the drivers that did not, but he will stay on the lead lap and score stage points, just not getting enough that he would have deserved, or even that playoff point for winning it. But the green-white checker flag's in the air. He almost caught Jones for 7th, not quite. He'll be 8th in stage number 1. Your stage 1 winner, Ryan Sieg in the 39 car, outlasted some of those other front runners there on tires. So good for Ryan Sieg to win the opening stage of the race. Ross Chastain second, followed by Hemrick, Briscoe, Cindric, your top 5. Annette, Jones, Dale Jr., Alfredo, and Brown will all get stage points, finishing inside the top 10. 4 fresh tires coming up for everybody under the stop, whether they pitted or not. Maybe see some wave around drivers. No, not even that. So nobody's even taking the wave around here. Free pass will go to David Starr in 17th. And yeah, again, everybody will hit pit road. Junior can top off on fuel now. And he'll have 2.5 sets the rest of the way. Ethan, welcome to the stream. This is the 5th race of the Xfinity Series season there, called. Green flag back in the air, here we go. From Atlanta, stage 2 underway, another 40 laps. Oh, Junior just got in the back of his teammate, Annette, and that kind of stalled Annette out for sure, maybe even Junior as well. That wasn't very good for the Junior Motorsports Chevrolets. Now Dale Jr. stuck on the outside. Didn't help that they were both restarting in the non-preferred lane. Then Junior got the wall into turn 3. That car just didn't even turn. Trying to get up to speed still. And Junior with a big run to the inside. 3 wide through turns 1 and 2. Hook in the yellow line on the bottom. Junior slides up the track. Barely kept it off the wall again. He is pushing the race car hard right now. He wants to get to the lead. On the top, not a lot of room up there with Briscoe. Look at the rear end of Junior's car flailing out. And he's in the wall again. So hard to keep grip around this racetrack. Very worn out surface. Side by side for the lead between Ross Chastain, Austin Cindric at the front of the field. Cindric and Briscoe probably have the 2 fastest short run cars in the race here today. AC did not miss half the race. Not exactly, only about a quarter of the way through. And now your stage 1 winner, Seed, got loose off of turn 4. Look at Junior up the middle. What a move. Right to the back bumper of his teammate, Hemrick. And now Hemrick trying to take that run up the middle himself for second place. Junior again in the wall all over the place since the restart. Alfredo lifted. He'll drop back. Here comes Jones with a run into turn 3. Cindric leads once again. Remember, he started on the pole today as well, led the opening laps of the race. Fell back to 5th at the end of the stage, though. Big run by Junior, but nowhere to go with it. Side by side right in front of him. Another teammate up here. Michael Annette actually had a decent restart despite spinning the tires after Junior got in the back of him. But now he's starting to slide right back again. Junior into the back of the 39 car. He's just really mistiming his corners here. No matter what lane he seems to run, all the way to the bottom. 3 wide for second place going into turn 1. Junior for the lead to the inside of Cindric off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. He's going to get him easily into turns 3 and 4 here. So we went caution free through stage 1. Here in stage 2, off to a good start. A couple instances where we might have seen a wreck there on that crazy restart, but we got through it nonetheless. Already 7 laps into the stage as far as the green flag laps are concerned, and 10 laps total. So we'll have 30 to go this time by in the stage. Now with 3 less green flag laps, Junior had to pit very late in the opening stage, roughly 8 to go, roughly. So he's definitely got to back it off this time. He did not back it off at all in stage 1, thinking maybe everybody was going to pit, but that just never came to be. So he's definitely going to have to play some sort of pit strategy in the second stage to get all the way through it. Otherwise, just don't know how that's going to work out for him. Next race for this Xfinity Series season will be coming up tomorrow night, by the way. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time once again, Homestead Miami Speedway. Back-to-back mile-and-a-halfs on the schedule here, and our Cup race at Homestead will be on Sunday. So again, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night. If you're new to the channel, watch it right now, please subscribe. We got daily NASCAR content, these full race live streams, a huge part of it. Something else I've been kind of teasing, something big that I have planned. It's kind of just the seeding for it, I guess, for videos I have lined up in the future as well. But we do post-race analysis, prediction videos on the week as well. Give you guys my fantasy live advice, take a deep dive into Racing Reference. I take a good amount of time out of my week to do it, like collectively throughout the course of a week leading up to the race, especially because there's no practice or qualifying times to go off of. I'll literally be on Racing Reference for every bit of about 45 minutes to an hour, like looking up stats just to make sure how capable is this guy of running at this specific track. Is there anybody else I can maybe take instead of him, outside of, you know, just going based off of my own beliefs. I put that into consideration, obviously, especially for races I've been to where I could actually watch more cars around the track versus what's just shown on my TV screen. But because, for instance, I was at the Charlotte Roval last year, I can get a little more in depth with it, and the more races I go to, obviously, I feel like that helps bring that aspect out a little bit more also. Very unbiased, by the way, as well. Gotten commented on there a lot, like, you know, why don't you use Blaney more often than what you do, or why don't you pick Blaney to win more often? He's your favorite driver. Because I don't think he's gonna win. I picked him a couple times to win races this year, but Andrew Hollenbach, welcome to the stream. I will be doing a fantasy NASCAR league next year, that is for sure. I didn't want to do it mid-season when people were asking me about it, because the season was already like halfway done. And now, for instance, now we only got 5 races left, and we're in the playoffs. So, but yeah, I will leave a public league open for next year, from the Daytona 500 all the way through the season. So, definitely going to bring that series back next year. Now, because I'll start a league, and obviously you guys can challenge me with your own picks, I might not go in depth as far as showing you my whole lineup for the week, but I will tell you my must-haves, you know, the dark horses and the usual stuff, the picks that you should stay away from. So I'll tell you guys a couple guys who I would have in my lineup, but I'm not going to show you the full, you know, 5, so we don't have copying rosters going forward. The channel was small enough for year 1 that I didn't have to worry about it. How do I feel about Clint Boyer? Yeah, so I was actually going to post it on Instagram because I saw somebody commented on a video on NASCAR's YouTube channel. I think it was NASCAR. It was either NASCAR YouTube channel or NBC Motorsports YouTube channel. But I had commented well over a year ago. It was at the Charlotte Roval race last season. And they had Joseph Newgarden doing the test in the background. Well, Clint Boyer was like, Clint Boyer was going on. He was talking about it, kind of commentating over it. And at that moment, I'm like, I hope Clint Boyer gets a broadcasting job someday because his enthusiasm is great, and it would be great for the booth. And somebody like literally commented today on that comment saying, "You got your wish, bud," or like, "Hey, did you see the news?" And I didn't even think about it. I didn't even know I commented that. I mean, it was over a year ago, so I just all of a sudden, you know, obviously time goes on. You don't remember every comment you make on every video, and I did not remember ever making that comment. But obviously I made that comment, and I'm like, huh, that's interesting. Called it over a year ago. I know it was, you know, kind of speculated a little bit, but it was more speculated during the COVID break when they were having Clint Boyer on there more often. Last year, it wasn't really talked about a whole lot, especially mid-season last year. So the fact that I called it over a year in advance without actually remembering that I called it, I thought that was pretty cool. Diamond Jeff, welcome to the stream. 18 laps to go, stage 2, and this is the point where Junior's going to start nursing it to the end of the stage now. He's built up a decent-sized lead. We're past halfway through the stage. 11.5-second lead on Ron Chastain right now. Seems like he's got a decent long-run car. Same with Ryan Sieg. They weren't that fast at the very beginning of the race, but the fact Sieg was able to win stage 1 and Chastain was able to finish second in stage 1. Junior obviously finished back in 8th. Had to pit for right side tires at the end of the stage. We had multiple drivers that were in the top 10 that had to pit at the end of the stage, but not all of them pit, and that is why we lost 7 spots. But luckily we stayed on the lead lap, and we're back in the lead right now. So trying to do a better job of managing tires in stage 2, backing out of the corners quite a bit here with less than 20 to go. Playing it safe, trying to make sure those tires will make it. And with a big lead, Junior really doesn't have a lot to lose here. He's already got all these cars he's passing currently right now 1 lap down, so it's not like that's really going to do much either. Oh, man. That's my fault. I got a little too complacent there. I was driving with one hand there for a lap for some stupid reason. Oh, man. Big slide up the track there, and Junior's all of a sudden having a heck of a time with that race car. Gotta save the tires. Doing a good job. He's only burned 4% in the last 3 laps, and we have been seeing fall off of nearly 5% per lap, so I did not stop doing career mode. I just haven't had time with it. Obviously, I was on the road last week at Talladega, and I was only able to stream the one night. I've just been busy at work, guys. I mean, it's just plain and simple. I've been working over 50 hours the last couple of weeks. That's why when I say that's why whenever it comes down to the fact where I say estimated time on my work nights, it really is estimated time, because we've been so slammed the last like 3 months. I never know what time I'm getting off of work. Like, for instance, today I thought I was getting out at 4:30 and I didn't leave till 6:10 or something like that by the time I clocked out. So it really varies. And I work, like, or I should say I live 40 to 45 minutes away from where I worked on top of it. So having to go in the morning, work the long hours, come back home at night, it's definitely hard, especially when I'm trying to do this YouTube thing and put the time, effort, dedication into it that I want, and obviously you guys want, but you know, at the expense of my own, you know, sleep deprivation. Some nights I just can't get to it, you know, right away. That's for sure. I look forward to doing this every single night, and that's why I keep doing it. And the goal to, obviously, you guys know what the end goal is by now anyway, build the channel up, someday get a career in broadcasting. And that's the overall goal here. That's why I'm pushing every day, because I don't want to be working that, you know, 5 to 6 or 6 to 6:30 job, you know, packing and picking sinks from shelves all day, you know, for 4 or 5 days a week. I don't want to do that anymore, obviously, but I'm sticking it out there because I like the job enough. It does give me the advantage to do this, and I get the vacation time off of work that I need to travel to different races, and actually take the time away from work that I need as well. So that's why I just don't have time for it. I will finish it, obviously. I've been determined on it, but that's why I haven't gotten to it in the last couple of weeks. It's hard to explain over like a long comment when you guys do comment on it on other videos, you know, like where's the career mode, when's the next this video, when's the next that video. I'm literally on a day-to-day schedule with the YouTube channel just because I don't know. I know what tracks are coming up next, and I can kind of lead to you, okay, we might go here, we might go there. And that's another reason also why I haven't been able to get internet, is because I'm not home. If I'm not doing this, I'm either at the golf course, if I can squeeze it in on a work day. If I'm not, you know, working, that's usually the best time. But and that's why you haven't seen Thunder 2004 recently at all either, because we had a bad lag with that, and I wanted to make sure everything was going to be cleaned out, more professional by the time we get that up and running. It was lagging way too bad on OBS with the internet access I have now and the service I have now. We have to upgrade that at my house, and I'm willing to pay however much I need to pay to get that. So, indeed. So sorry, you know, if that breaks anybody's heart, but I'm sure you guys will understand. Seven laps to go in stage number 2. This time by Junior's made it a little bit longer by nursing the car earlier in the stage, but he's going to have to nurse it some more. He didn't nurse it long enough. Back out of the corner quite a bit there. Brandon Brown's already a lap down also. 18-second lead right now over Ross Chastain, and caution will fly. Oh boy. Caution is out at Atlanta with 7 laps to go in stage 2. We will have 3 laps left when we go green. And Junior's gonna stay out here. No, never mind. It'll be right side tires only for Dale Jr. so he can make sure he wins the race off pit road. And he'll still have 2 sets of tires the rest of the way. But these guys are going to have 4 tires versus his 2. He's going to have to hang on for dear life these last 3 laps to win the stage. This could get insane. Here we go, green flag in the air. Junior did win the race off pit road with the 2-tire strategy, but everybody else has 4. 3 laps around this 1.5-mile racetrack to hang on for the win in stage 2. This could get very interesting. Chastain got a pretty decent restart. Junior just blew by those guys. But it won't be long if they could get organized, and they are going to eat him up alive, and he's going to have to pull off some very risky blocks perhaps by the time they get all the way back to the green-white checker flag. 2 more laps for Junior as we get up to speed. Chastain in second. Again, he had a good restart. He was able to pull down to the bottom pretty quickly. Now Junior can push the race car. He doesn't have to worry about tires anymore. Ryan Sieg to the inside of Chastain. They're side by side for second down the back straightaway. That's going to help Junior out as well. Now they're 3 and 4 as they are side by side for second. That's only slowing them up just enough. Sieg has now cleared Chastain, and Sieg is trying to double down on the stages today. Stage 1, can he catch Junior? Final lap. I don't think he's going to catch him. Junior's going to hang on with the clean air advantage just long enough. Half a lap to go. And he's still got about 6 to 7 car lengths back to Sieg. He's not losing any ground, but he's not really gaining any either. Or pulling away any. Green-white checker flag is in the air. Dale Jr. will win stage 2 at Atlanta. And your stage 1 winner finishes second, and that would be Ryan Sieg. Now Junior's going to stay out of the pits here because he's only got 2 sets of tires left, and he does not want to use one now. He's going to try to hold on as long as he can, so to speak. Alex LeBay will get the free pass back at 13th. Your stage points will be awarded to Junior, Sieg, Chastain, Hemrick, and Briscoe, your top 5, followed by Jones, Cindric, Annette, Alfredo, and Hurst in your top 10, and they all get stage points. This time we'll have Ryan Sieg restarting in second. Everybody stays out of the pits. Only 3 laps on their tires, so it's not too bad, although this track is rough on tires. Probably need a couple more laps on them there. Might have had some guys at the back of the pack pit, but that might have been about it. Everybody on the lead lap stays out, and the green flag is in the air. Final stage of the race underway, and Sieg did the same thing Chastain was able to do on the last restart at the end of stage 2. He hopped to the bottom very quickly. But again, Junior gets through the shifts just so quickly. We've been seeing that a lot out of it starts all season. Eight people watching currently right now. Again, like, share, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Full race live streams, realistic broadcast for NASCAR video games on the daily. Other related NASCAR content along the way. Just like what Chastain and Sieg were doing at the end of stage 2, they're maintaining the gap. They're not closing in on Junior, and that's really surprising. Again, Junior only 2 fresh right side tires. Everybody else has 4 fresh tires. Yeah, I plan on practicing the Indy road course, that's for sure. I obviously watched the race, and I have seen 2 IndyCar races there on TV, but I still can't guarantee you I would be able to know when to brake. Well, I guarantee you I wouldn't know when to brake every single corner on that track because I haven't raced it in a video game ever. So, yeah, I will definitely practice for that one, that is for sure. You will see practice and qualifying for that race. We'll get that going here soon as well. And that also comes with how much time do I have, especially on work nights before I stream, because I get home later, so anytime I could save, if I can save 10 to 15 minutes because I don't practice or qualify, then that's just 10 to 15 minutes more sleep I'm getting. I literally try to save every last minute I can. 76 laps to go in the race. Left front tire getting very worn out. 19% tire wear left on that race car. Thanks for stopping by, Diamond Jeff. Yeah, we got the same balance setup. Atlanta's just my best track on this game. We saw this in the truck series where I had the fastest car the whole race. And you're seeing that here with Dale Jr. in the Xfinity series. I should say Crafton. Matt Crafton in the truck series race. That was back last Friday, 1 week ago from today. And our Cup race, which was even before that, on the Wednesday prior at Atlanta. Or sorry, this last Wednesday. It was this last Wednesday at Atlanta. With Ryan Blaney, we had about the third fastest car in that race, but we still got the win. So looking for the Atlanta sweep in all three series. Patrick Shadley, welcome to the stream. Junior's not holding back anything here. He's trying to build up as big of a lead as he can because he is likely going to go a lap down as soon as he pits. He will be the first car to hit by far. And that is the risk with staying out under the stage break. Junior scored a fairly decent amount of stage points today, 13 total, winning stage 2, 8th in stage 1. By the way, our first caution for incident in the race was that caution at the end of stage 2 with 7 to go. We went nearly 80 laps of racing without a caution for incident today. That was almost half the race. Around this bumpy of a racetrack, very surprised. Seen anybody with mechanical failures, nursing it onto pit road, tire failures, which is a big factor when you come to this racetrack. Just haven't seen it today. Junior staying out one more lap. 70 laps to go now. We'll have 69 by the time he comes out of pit road because Dale Jr. will be pitting this time by. It'll be a 4-tire stop. That'll give him one more set of tires the rest of the way after that. And these